we're looking at general mistakes that we make while we are substituting things. So let's have a look. 10 minus a, we end up with 6 on substituting a as minus 4. Okay, so that's the statement. Actually, I need not write that. Let me not write that. So why does it happen? Let's look at the actual answer. So 10 minus a is the actual question. On substituting, so we are substituting a as minus 4. So let me explain why people generally make mistake over here. 10 minus of 4 is what they end up writing. It confused that, okay, minus 4 is there is already a negative. Just write this as minus 4. It looks right, minus 4 was there. I'm written minus 4 here. But this is not the actual case. I told you guys, whenever you see a negative term, use brackets and then substitute. And this is the reason. This is the reason that I asked you guys to do that. And now, if you guys remember, so negative indicates outside the bracket, take the additive inverse of whatever number is there. So in this case, it's minus 4, so it becomes plus 4. And this will add to 14. So this is the mistake people make. Next, what do we have? 3D. So people generally just write 3 and 6. It looks right because 3D and 3 and 6. Why not? So what is the general mistake over here? That they don't consider 3D as 3 into D. And that's the mistake. And this is supposed to be 3 into 6. And this is 18. Okay, so basically not writing 3D as 3 into D before substituting. At least in your head, you should be very clear. Yeah, please try this. So here we are substituting S as 7. So this will be 3 times of 7 minus 2. We are making use of board mass. So what is the mistake over here? So actual mistake is not to do with substitution. Mistake is happening because of board mass. People end up subtracting 7 and 2, taking it as 5, and then 5 into 3 is 15. But we know that it's not so. It has to be multiplication first. So this is 21 minus 2 and then the final answer, that is 19. Right? Next question. I think it's the same thing. No. Oh yeah, this is to do with the second. Not taking 2r as 2 into r. And then substituting directly r as 8. So we'll end up with 28 plus 1. And so the answer. But we know that it's not so. It's 2 into 8 plus 1. So please always write into. So this is the mistake. People miss this. Mistake can happen here. Right? So we have few more things. Okay, this is right actually. This is not a mistake. And this would be, okay. This is also a board mass question actually. So I don't want to explain this. So for the sake of substitution, let me actually solve this for you guys. So you have 2 times of f minus 2 times of g. And we are substituting. See, I left a space because it looks congested if I write anything below this line. So f as 3 and g as 1. So again, I'm leaving a line. So 2 times of 3 minus 2 times of 1. And the mistake, I don't know what exactly the mistake over here is. Let me solve it first though. So we know that this is multiplication first according to board mass. There's no brackets, there's no operation, there's no division, there is multiplication though. Six minus 2, and this is 4. Right, multiplication and finally subtraction. So here, where does the mistake happen? I'm not very sure of it. Oh, I think when people see 2f and 2g, they might end up writing 0. That is a possibility. That they are like terms, they can consider it as a like terms, and they can do this. I think that's a mistake that people generally make. Okay, over here, I think this is also to do with board mass. So let's see why we end up with 4. So let's substitute h as 5 and n as 6. So in place of h, I'm writing 5 minus 3 minus 6. So according to board mass, so we have brackets. Yes, we do have brackets. This is minus 3. There's no operation, there's no division, there is multiplication. Yes, I think this is the mistake. That is not taking minus of minus 3 as plus 3. I think that's the mistake. I think so. No, that's not it. And finally, we have 8 as the answer.